Last week in round sailing, we were on our 4th week at sea since leaving Costa Rica for Hawaii. The last days were a little rough and we lost our towing propeller, but then we made landfall after 30 days at sea. We stayed at anchor in Radio Bay, which is a part of the port of Hilo. The big pier protects the Bay of Hilo and also makes Radio Bay completely calm.
We walked the 5 kilometers to downtown Hilo, the capital of Big Island.
We're at the Mhern Merchant Festival, which is like the biggest event during the whole year in all Hawaii and all the Hawaiian islands. They have a big hula contest, so groups come from all the islands to come here and compete against each other. And today's the last day. It goes on for like a week, and today's the last day, and we're gonna watch the parade.
Good morning, Hilo. Wake up, Johannes, wake up.
Macadamia nuts.
The trucks and trailers were decorated with real flowers and plants. It must have been so much work to collect the plants and to make the beautiful decorations. The Hawaiian culture originates from the Polynesian islands, since they were the first people to inhabit the Hawaiian island chain. Hawai'i is the native language and is still spoken and written, and some schools, for example, only speak Hawaiian up to a certain grade. We were lucky to time this big event, and we're happy to see a part of the festival, even if we didn't get to see the live hula contests. Why are you doing this?
I don't know, I was just going to trim it a bit and then I slipped. So now it's coming out. But yeah. Is it cold? So I was just taking a shower and you can really tell that it's a lot colder in the water now. Even in the shower. What do you say, Malin? Is it hot, the water?
Outside is cold.
Yeah, it's a really big difference. The water temperature, if you compare it to Panama or Costa Rica. I think we're down to 22 or something Celsius, which in Sweden is warm, but we're used to 30 now, so for us it's cold now. But it's nice because it's a lot easier to sleep at night, and you even want to have a blanket sometimes, so it's nice. So today we're going to do a road trip. Going to drive around the island a bit. Yeah, our new neighbor. The Big Island, or Hawai'i, which is the real name of this island, is the youngest of all islands in the Hawaiian island chain. It has 5 volcanoes on the island and one just north of the coast. Kilauea in the southeast is active and has been continuously erupting since 1983. And it's also one of the most active volcanoes in the world.
That's why we put that lava lake out there. And just a few days ago, we were able to see the lava lake.
And over here is the volcano Kilauea, and we're looking at the crater from where we can see all the steam coming up. And I think you can see lava, but we have to be like above it. And here is also where the observatory is. So they do all kinds of scientific studies, watching the lava, the temperature.
Pretty cool, huh?
That's Pele, the Hawaiian volcano goddess. The legend says that she lives inside the crater, and the lava is her flesh and blood. The magma can move sideways underground, triggering earthquakes and eruptions, and the East Rift Zone is the active zone today. So in front of me here is Mauna Loa, which is the world's largest active volcano. And it says that it has a volume of 10,000 cubic miles, which makes it the largest mountain on Earth. Most of it is underneath the water.
Pretty cold up here. We're about 1100 meters above sea level, and you can smell the sulfur from these vents on the rift up here. It's a pretty big crater. It's about a mile, I think, across, 1.6 kilometers. And tonight we're going back to see the lava pool in the dark from the observation point up there.
East of Kilauea's caldera lies a sulfur bank with fumes coming up from the ground.
Do you smell it?
No, not really. Not more. I mean, there's a smell the whole time.
It's a little bit of sulfur.
Yeah, it's a little bit like a chemical smell, I'd say.
Like matchsticks. Bit when you...
Yeah. have to be cautious, not inhaling the fumes.
How's it going, Marlene?
It's coming back again, the pain. We've been walking a little bit too much since we arrived here. My knees from walking very, very little and be very still for 30 days. My knee has gotten, I think, a little bit over, how do you say, used it too much. So I think something has happened, so it's pretty painful to walk. We're standing at the sulfur banks and you can see the summit collapse, the different stages. So when the magma started to erupt, the summit didn't have like any surface anymore, so that's why it just collapsed. And then it has continued to collapse because of the continued loss of magma.
So it's an implosion.
Because it has collapsed, it now allowed the gases to reach the surface. And these gases are toxic. But if you don't breathe in too much, it's no problem. And the yellow things you can see on the ground, that's the particles from the sulfur.
So it's starting to smell a bit like rotten egg, a bit.
The fumes come from sulfur dioxide and hydrogen sulfide. And when they react with each other, they produce sulfur, a yellow mineral known to Hawaiians as the waste of Pele.
So the gases here, they are 5% sulfuric acid. So apparently in 2000 there was a guy who went off the trail here, and this hole down here was where he accidentally stepped through the ground. He burned his leg pretty severely, and the hole is still there, and it's steaming quite a lot from it. It's 96 Celsius. That's a really beautiful place. This a lot of ferns, is dinosaur type of.
In Swedish we call them ormbunke.
Yeah, it's a quite special fauna out here.
Volcanic island chains like Hawaii are created by a volcanic hotspot. The hotspot is like a fixed blowtorch, burning through Earth's crust every now and then, while the tectonic plate above it moves along, creating a string of islands.
So we're inside the lava tube, and this has formed because it has been flowing hot magma, like hot lava, in here, and then the crust that got created, still remained. But of course the lava continued, so that's why it's a hole, like a tunnel. We drove down to the ocean along the Crater Rim Drive and Chain of Craters Road, and we could see how the lava has made its way to the ocean and created new land. This particular lava field is from the 1972 eruption. The lava field reached the ocean and added another quarter of a square kilometer to the island's surface.
So I guess we're in one of the acceleration zones on these islands. This is in the south of the big island. So the wind gets pushed or squeezed against the mountain here. Because I guess the wind is around 25, gusting to 30. And the wind in Hilo is maybe, I don't know, 15. So there's definitely some type of acceleration zone around here. There's also signs of that the winds are always high here, so probably it's always windy down here. This coastline really reminds me of Deception Island. Bit different temperature and a bit different color on the water though. It's exactly the same. Black lava rocks, a big plain with lava, and a big volcano in the back. The only difference was that at Deception Island you anchor in the caldera. The wall into the crater has fallen down, so you sail into the crater and anchor inside an active volcano, which is pretty cool.
As we drove back up to Kilauea, we found more craters and sulfur vents. We had really hoped to see lava flow, but as it changes all the time, it was now a 20-mile round trip by foot to reach the currently active flow. And with my restrained runner's knee, it was impossible.
This is how a crater should look. You know, it's like the way a kid would draw a crater, I think. You have the lava pool down there. Now it's solid, but and the solid ring.
It was pretty cold when we returned to the Kilauea summit to see the lava pool after sunset. The surface wasn't high enough for us to see the lava directly, but we could see the glow reflecting on the crater walls. It was an amazing sight, and visiting Big Island makes you think about how inconstant the world really is on a geological timescale.
The power of nature is so present here, and it makes you understand how small and insignificant we humans are compared to the power of Mother Earth. Only 3 weeks after our visit, Kilauea had several earthquakes and eruptions, creating multiple fissures where hot lava came out. This happened in the middle of a neighborhood, forcing the residents to evacuate and leave their homes. The nature is so powerful and incredible, but at the same time it can be destructive when it's destroying people's homes and historic places. Now we're watching the hot lava, the magma inside the caldera of Kilauea. Kilauea is still erupting, and last time this happened was 60 years ago, and then it kept going for 88 days. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed the episode, and if you did, we'd really appreciate a thumbs up. Stay tuned for next week's episode, and until then, let's connect on Facebook and Instagram.